Hi, this is Pastor Bob. I want to talk about stuff today. Your stuff. I've done some podcasts on minimal living, on downsizing, and I want to do another one today, but a little bit differently. I had a conversation yesterday with someone that very young, still a teenager actually, and he's spending a lot of money. He's renting a home for 1,800 US dollars a month. All these things, and a little stressed on trying to keep everything going. And it's the American way. Some other people in other countries kind of have the same problem too. Usually not as much as we do. But here we have the land of the free and the home of the debt. And we really are. It isn't uncommon for people to have 15, 20, $30,000 in debt on credit cards. And if you were to ask those people, what did you buy with all that money? And you give them a pen and paper to list it all, most people cannot list even 10% of what they bought with that money. Why? Because the stuff that they bought wasn't important. It may have been at the time. They may have felt at the time that they couldn't live without it. Maybe it was just a whim, whatever. But now, they're $30,000 in debt, and they don't know what they spent it on. And folks, we accumulate more and more stuff. We have to buy new homes because the other ones aren't big enough for our stuff, and so we upgrade. We buy storage facilities. We rent space in storage facilities to store our stuff. It's incredible how much stuff takes over our lives. And we're a slave to it usually. People worry about where they're going to put everything, how they're going to pay for it, how they're going to be able to live this way. And, it takes a lot. But folks, can I tell you that the happiest time you'll ever be is when you downsize and you get rid of your stuff, because you're probably going to do it eventually anyway. There comes a time in life when you realize you got to start downsizing. You got to get rid of things. And many people do that after they retire, so that they can move into something smaller. But then they have all this stuff to get rid of, and wouldn't it be great if you could just do that earlier? At the end of your life, you're not going to say, "Wow, I'm so glad I accumulated all this stuff." What you will say, though, is, "I wish I would have spent more time traveling. I wish I would have spent more of this money on friends and family. I wish I would have done things that were more meaningful. I wish I wouldn't have worked so hard to pay for so much stuff that I didn't need. I wish I wouldn't have had that car payment every month or that huge house payment every month." It pays, folks, to downsize. I'm doing this podcast on my car. I do all of my podcasts on top of my car, pretty much. And it's just the perfect height that I can drive anywhere, stick my iPad mini on top of my car and begin to record, and that's what I do. Now, I have the most beautiful view in the world, but I live in a house right here of 300 square feet. And I don't have much stuff, and I love it that way. The car that this iPad is sitting on is 15 years old now, and I bought it used, and I will buy my next car used, and I will pay cash. Every time I buy a new car, I begin to save for the next one. And when I have enough money for the next one, it's usually about the time that I need to buy one, and then I just pay cash. So my finances aren't so tied up with interest. And man, that makes a difference, folks. But let me just encourage you with this. So many of you are really missing out on life because you're a slave to your stuff. You're a slave to the finances that are involved in accumulating all of that stuff. And I really want you to rethink this. It's not a real good way to live. When you downsize and you keep just the things that you need and the things that are very meaningful to you, they really don't take up much space, honestly. The things you think you need and the things you actually need are two different things. And I've told you my stories that when I downsized, I moved from a home that was 4,300 square feet to 300 square feet. I got rid of everything, and I never felt better. That's been many years ago now, and I love it more all the time. So, encouragement. What's important to you? Your stuff or life experience? Or your mental and physical health? Or working so hard that you have to pay for stuff that you can't even remember buying anyway? Food for thought. God bless you. Have a great day.